Ranking the best movies of all time is a difficult task. First of all, no one has ever viewed every film ever created. Even if someone had achieved that accomplishment, movies are very subjective, and what one person considers to be a fantastic film may not be so to another. A list based on audience ratings is the closest we can get to a definitive ranking. In that way, IMDb's list of the top-rated films of all time is one of the best of its sort. IMDb is still one of the most prominent movie-related websites on the internet. Their list of top-ranked movies is made up of films that have been rated by millions of viewers. While the ranking is always changing, the top films have been relatively consistent for several years. Check out IMDb's list of the top 10 movies of all time. Top 10. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. Peter Jackson's hugely popular fantasy trilogy kicked off with The Fellowship of the Rings. The books of J.R.R. Tolkien were brought to life when fans were brought back to Middle-earth, where Frodo Baggins and a band of heroes set out to finally destroy this mighty One Ring before Sauron could use it for evil. This gorgeous setting and its characters are greatly introduced by the film. The basic but exciting quest is full of fun, terror, and adventure. It's not difficult to see why this franchise was drawn quickly by fans. Top 8. Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino is one of the most well-known film directors of all time. His unique voice, deep cinema knowledge, and knack for combining hysterical comedy with severe violence influenced a new generation of filmmakers. Many consider Pulp Fiction to be his masterpiece, and it's difficult to disagree. The film alternates between numerous stories set in the underbelly of Los Angeles. Tarantino takes well-known crime storylines and gives them his own unique twist. The picture is surprising and fast-paced, with constantly quotable dialogue and a terrific soundtrack to back it up. Frequently imitated but never duplicated. Top 7. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Few people thought it would be possible to adapt J.R.R. Tolkien's epic Lord of the Rings trilogy for the big screen, but Peter Jackson proved them all wrong. Jackson completed one of the greatest film trilogies of all time with The Return of the King in a very gratifying manner. The film brings the quest to destroy the One Ring to a big end. While the film has been criticized for dragging out its conclusion, Jackson and his team did an excellent job of bringing it all to a climax in an emotional spectacle that boasts some absolutely amazing fight moments. Top 6. Schindler's List. It's no surprise that Steven Spielberg's name appears on the list of the best-rated movies of all time. Given his knack for making beloved pictures, there were a few that may have made the top 10. However, it is his most difficult film to see that rates highest, which is fitting given that it is one of his best works as a director. Before we continue to our top 5, don't forget to smash that like button. Top 5. 12 Angry Men. While most of the films on this list are massive epics, 12 Angry Men is a significantly smaller film. However, this has no effect on the severity of the situation. The film is almost entirely set within a jury room, with the 12 men debating a murder case they just oversaw. The film depicts the life or death dispute that arises when one voice insists the accused is innocent. Although the environment may look dull, it simply helps to make the film feel intensely. The cinematography gives the room an increasingly shortened feeling as the discussion continues. The claustrophobic feeling contributes to everything's atmosphere. It is wonderful proof that films of tiny size can punch a lot. Top 4. The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is the newest film on this list, coming in just ahead of 12 Angry Men, which is the oldest. The superhero genre may not be well liked by most moviegoers, but Christopher Nolan's second Batman features shown that it is capable of producing intelligent, grandiose, and thrilling films. Batman's frantic attempt to prevent Joker from destroying Gotham, when he seeks someone to act as the defender of the city, is explained in depth. The film feels like an epic crime with a lot of fantastic elements and unforeseen turns. The picture is primarily recognized as the anarchist Joker for his late Heath Ledger hypocritical portrayal. Top 3. The Godfather, Part 2. The Dark Knight is one of the few exceptions to the rule that a sequel can be a worthwhile picture in its own right. Of course, The Godfather, Part 2 is the most renowned example of this. Francis Ford Coppola's decision to develop a sequel to his critically praised crime drama certainly looked ludicrous at the time, but he proved it was a very excellent idea. Without the renowned Marlon Brando, the picture chronicles the narrative of young Vito Corleone, played by Robert De Niro, who makes the character his own. In addition to those fantastic flashback moments, the sequel depicts Michael's further descent into the world of crime and his troubled relationship with his brother Fredo. A great continuation as well as a work of art in its own right. Top 2. The Godfather. The Godfather Part 2 is one of the most celebrated films of all time, but it is not the best of the trilogy. That distinction is reserved for the original. There is much dispute among film enthusiasts regarding which is the superior film, but it is safe to conclude that they are both massive accomplishments in cinema. This is the story of the Corleone family, an Italian-American mafia that struggles to preserve power when its patriarch is almost murdered. The movie is aggressive, humorous, passionate, emotional. The words and amazing sequences are innumerable. It is no wonder that so many of today's greatest filmmakers consider it as such an inspiring film. Top 1. The Shawshank Redemption. No surprise, one of the most crowd-pleasing movies of all time is the top film of all time. You would believe that there would be not many pleasant moments in the plot in a high-security prison, yet The Shawshank Redemption is unexpectedly uplifting. On the basis of a Stephen King story, the film is told in the headquarters for several years and focuses on a bond with two prisoners. The relationship between the two guys is one of the warmest on-screen friendships ever, giving the picture the wonderful moments that lead to one of the greatest events in film history. So, is your favorite film of all time included in this list? Let us know below in the comment section. And if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and please support this channel to grow by subscribing and click the notification bell icon so you won't miss our new top videos. Thank you.